Another quick update to the helix build. Got the cork down now for about, I don't know, half the first loop. Can't build any more because I have to add more segments there, but the next segment will overlap. The next segment will overlap the incline, and so I gotta lay the track first, run the wires, move those tracks over there to meet with these. Well, I have to first sand this down and then continue. So far it's okay actually. That adhesive, the caulk, the clear caulk works pretty good. The DAP, where is it? Yeah, the Helix Plus DAP with acrylic. It actually works okay. It's tacky enough and cork likes it. So I'll see how it works with the track itself. Like I have this steel milling profiles that I use. I have several different sizes. This one, another one, and then I'll put them on top of the track. And then it doesn't take long for the caulk to adhere. So, and these are the clips I'm using. So they're 1/2 inch. They're just the right size for the thickness of the segments, and then I double it. And this way I don't have to drill through this or anything, and if I need to make the adjustments, I mean I removed these handles, but if I need to make the adjustments I just need to remove the clips and then move whatever. But I don't think, I mean, you know, who does adjusting anything after they're, you know, on 6th loop? Probably not. It's just for time being because these are still not secured all the way. I need to make sure that everything is okay. Some of the warping occurred because these segments are old. I mean, they're pre-pandemic and then some. Probably 2017 or 2018, maybe even 2017. They've been sitting here for 5 years, 6. I don't even know. They were laser cut back in the days when it was cheaper to laser cut marine grade plywood. So yeah. And I had to finish this piece here with a piece of cork, just so that the surfaces match. So next thing, sand this first, move the tracks, start the loops, I mean lay the track, and then do a bit of wiring, run a train up and down, just see how it goes. Here is the next helix build video. I guess we can call this one lesson learned. So in the previous one I had some of this stuff laid down and now it's ripped up. Well, here's the lesson learned. Don't use your hand to draw your radii on your helix segments. Use quick sticks or something, because here I use my tool to scribe the radii, you know, that thing I mentioned before, and then from the straight here I used my hand to just kind of match the curves. And obviously that didn't work because that should have been an easement into a 28. So straight should have been an easement 28.5. Yeah, curve. But instead this ended up being 24, or probably less 24. And after I had the track glued and everything, then I realized, oh, that does look right, because it's kind of too tight, and you can see it here. This is supposed to be 26. Well, it's definitely not 26, because 26 ends here, and after that there is a sharp curve that's probably 24 into the straight section. So what needs to happen is that this 28.5 needs to go out and then back in, and same thing with this one. And you know, good thing I didn't really go any further than just half of the loop, half of the first loop, because would have been a pain to actually dismantle the second loop and then fix the first one. So that's the lesson learned from, you know, this time, and hopefully it helps somebody, you know, avoid it. Next will be easement into this and then actually getting someplace. And so there it is, fixed. And I'll just come closer here so you can see my old lines. There's the old line. There's the old line there. You can see it in the shadow. Well, that's how much I moved it, so that this easement keeps a 26" and 28.5" curve, and I think it looks okay this time. I don't know if we can take a look from this angle. I got these blocks there, but definitely it's not as sharp as it used to be. Okay, so this looks like a next update on the helix, but it's not. It's actually about this IKEA bag filled with all kinds of goodies. Long story short, my old club, the president of the club, got a call last week and somebody passed away and they had an estate, and he ended up getting the estate of this person, and they had 30 bags of stuff, locomotives and cars and buildings. So anyways, I got like a bunch of locomotives and some really nice car kits and stuff. I'm trying to be getting stuff that's like, you know, for my era and what I'm building. So, you know, there's a Pennsylvania stuff, and then some undecorated units, Stewart ones, and I got some SW9 and SD9s, and I got some kits. Got a bunch of covered hoppers. And these are the 70-ton one, 3-packs. So a bit of everything, you know, because you never have enough trains. And I also got these Spectrum, yeah, HS 1644s. I don't know, people say that these are not good, but I'll give them a try, and I mean, they're a good deal anyway, so they're black, so, or not, sorry, these are not black, the Stewart ones are black, these are southern, but either way, I mean, you know, whatever, trains, that's all it matters. So I got this, I don't have it, it's at the bottom. It's a nice kit of, it's an old brewery kit, and it can actually dub as any kind of a building. I mean, you know, if you put the stacks, or you don't have to put the chimney stacks or whatever. Okay, so here I am from the future. I said I'm not gonna open the bag, but then, you know, I'm sure everyone wants to see what's in the bag. So I got some of these kits. These are like the designer pack from DPM. This looks pretty interesting because this building could be anything. I mean, as a business or whatever, and you can have 3 different designs, so you could, you know, however you want to put it together. Sorry about the light. And then some of these Cornerstone and Concord. They're just kind of like restaurant, and then some neighborhood food mart. And I kind of like this White Tower. It's actually a small building. It's only like 3x4, but it's one of those restaurants that had character and stuff back in the day, so it looks cool, and you could just fit some places I've seen, some small town along the line. And then this is like the Helgen kit I mentioned, the brewery, the brew house they call it. And the club actually has one of these on the layout, and they split it in half, so this building is twice as long there, and it's fairly nondescript because, as you can see, the facade and just the structures look anything like any business that you've seen around in the 50s or 60s or whatnot. So there is a loading dock, and then some other openings there, maybe for whatever, trucks or something. And thus, you know, you don't have to use the stacks or anything, but I think it will do well on the layout. So let me just put this back here out of the way, and then we'll turn the camera around, and then here all the cars and trains. So I got some, 5 boxes of these 3-car kits, the cutout 70-ton covered hoppers, and they're various railroads, but I mean, it doesn't bother me. I mean, you know, there's CB&Q, there is a Erie, and there is Illinois, I think. And what else is there? CNO and Nickel Plate Road. I don't care whether these railroads show up on my railroads. As I said, the cars go everywhere. And then I got one STW9 and one SD9 undecorated. I mean, they'll fit the PRR. And then 3 of these H16s FM Fairbanks Morse. But the ones I liked and mentioned was these Stewart ones. So I got the 2 F units, the A units, the FA3s, I guess, and F3As. Sorry, they're undecorated. But what I liked, as I said, about these were the powered bodies that you can put any shell on. So I got 2 of those, and then I'll probably pair them with these 2. I just need to get the B shells. And then there is the other ones, which are the AS16s, and PRR actually had the AS16s as well, so that goes well. I mean, these are black, so I mean, perfect. I just put the PRR logo on it and Bob's my ankle. And then a bunch of kits, and some of these Bowser kits, and some of the blue boxes or whatever. These are nice because they come with a lot of detail and stuff. Sorry, the blueprints is. There were a lot of these among the other cars. I just picked some because, you know, there were CNO or BNO or in New York Central, and I figured, I mean, you know, they would have been seen on the Eastern Seaboard during this time. But there were other other railroads and stuff, and there were a lot of box cars and stuff. And then, you know, I got a bunch of PRR kits as well, some New York Central. I had to buy this. I had to get this because, you know, I'm partial to Penn Central. I would have modeled Penn Central, and I might actually still model Penn Central. I'll modify the timeline maybe, and I'll make it so that the Penn Central acquired New York Central and New Haven and PRR before this actually happened, 10 years before. And then, you know, they made this nice green color. I don't know why I like it. and everything will become Penn Central, even though I'm gonna run PRR and I'm gonna run NYC and New Haven. Whatever, my layout, my rules. And so I was looking actually for for these fancy round window cabooses, but oh, that's terrible. Sorry, but I couldn't find them among the stash. So I don't think that the guy actually had these. I ended up with these nice boxcars. So either way, I mean, they're pretty cool, and they're PRR, so still fits what I want. So that's the actual hole, you know, outside the bag. Here I am again from the future. I was editing the other video that you just seen, and I thought, well, I didn't really show you everything. After I got the first bag, a couple of days later, they called me and said, hey, you want more stuff? Because there is more. And so I came home with another bag. And well, so there is more as these. So P2Ks, Pro 2000, I mean, these are excellent runners. The only catch is that they have bad gears, so it's kind of a lottery. If you end up with a good gear or not, the likeliness is that you might end up with a cracked gear, and if it hasn't cracked yet, it might get cracked. So once you go around that and replace the wheels with better gears, then these run amazingly. And you know, if you can find P2Ks, just grab them. I mean, and these were very cheap. I mean, I paid like $20 each. I think they were 20 or less. And so I got a bunch of them, like here and there, and then back to this box is all locomotives. So I mentioned these are the Fairbanks Morse H16s, and technically they're not really from my railroad, they're Southern, but they can probably be painted over or something. Where'd it go? Or I might not paint them. Maybe I don't know how old Southern is, so maybe it could be a board power. And then with the cars, when I went back, I went gun-ho on these tank cars, and I ended up buying 10 of these, but like for $5 each. These are, again, P2K. I mean, geez, like, you know, for $5. When was the last time you bought a kit for $5? Not at any flea market or a train show that I remember. These were interesting because I've never heard of the Gould company. These are kits, and you can see one is a steam wrecking crane, and the other one is a boom car. I mean, I can't really see what they are. Oh, I can't open this with one hand. Here we go. But just look at this. I mean, just look how many pieces are this in this box. Like there's 4-6 bags, and then, you know, like extensive documentation. Well, clearly you'll need extensive documentation to build one of these, and that's why they were used. Putting the steam locomotives back on track. But these are steam ones, like out of everything. Yeah. And then Pensy round window caboose. Managed to find that. Well, the guy from the whole club managed to find it at another train show, and he said, "Oh, you want it? Of course I do." I mean, and then I got these AccuRail box sets again. These are New York Central, but so what? Close to where I'm modeling. So, matter of fact, as I said, I might just alter the timeline and model Penn Central or something in between. And you've seen, I mean, there is more other kits here and whatnot, the Atom Blue boxes, and then these other kits, and then more there. So yeah. What's the thing? Oh yeah, I have a problem. To quote Heat from Humanity Junction. I'll post a picture of one of his streams when he goes about his problem. I mean, we all have a problem when you know end up with 2 bags of stuff. So I'll just wrap it here because we should get back to the regular scheduled programming and talk about the helix. On other notes, I guess since we're doing this update, I got these screws from Amazon, and I actually bought number 4. Let's see if I can zoom this. So these are number 4s, and they're modified truss. And then I also have number 6s. Turns out number 6s are kind of too big. I was gonna use them on the helix to secure the track, so I think I'm gonna use the 4s because the heads just fit nicely between the track. You can see now the comparison between the head size and the ties. So I was gonna just screw the track for the helix rather than gluing it. And there's nothing wrong with the caulk method, the clear silicone one. It takes 3 hours to dry, and in 3 hours I could finish the whole loop if I use the screws. And I think it's slowing me down. So that's what's gonna happen. I'm going to switch to using the caulk for the roadbed, so the cork, but for the track I'm just gonna use the screws. And the reason I didn't want to use the screws originally or spikes or anything is because I was thinking, oh, look at this nice, you know, Baltic birch plywood, and I don't want to be drilling holes in it in case I want to reuse this, you know. But you know what, who cares? You know, this is supposed to serve a purpose. It's a thing, and you know, it's what works and what's fast, and I just want to get it on and finish it. So here you can see, here is a sample of what it looks like with the screw and the track. I mean, I didn't screw it all the way in, but I guess the lighting is not that good. So I think it's okay, and it sits below the track level. It's not fully screwed in. It sits below the rail level, so the pins are not gonna hit these screws. The next update is gonna be, I guess, more of the track work and more of the screws, and you know, just getting on with this helix finally. So that's it for this update. Thanks for watching.